Shelly, hi, this is Ginger. I'm going to do you a free video pack. This is what we do for our Academy members. When you are looking at combining paintings, you've got to think of the proportion. This door is so tiny compared to the window that it's out of proportion. And one of the things I always tell people is to do a small test first before you do something giant like this. But anyway, that's what I would tell you first. Each one is painted fine. Now, look what happens when you come over here and you move your window over. Maybe add some of these flowers and add a few more of the flowers like in the original. You notice how the flowers in the original are not going in just straight lines like that, right? Like you kind of have over here how they're just doing this in straight lines. So that you'll notice that they don't do that because they're sort of, if you think about it, look at the kind of the shapes that they're painted in, okay? So now I come over here and I look at this and I say, all right, that's pretty good, but where does my eye go first? If we did a black and white of this, your eye goes right up there to those bright pots, okay? So what you want to do then is tone down those pots a lot, okay? So one of the things you can do is you can glaze over them with just a little bit of water and color, maybe, and add a shadow. There's a light source in this painting. It's coming from this direction, from the top. What happened to my picture? Wait, what happened? Hang on a second, I'll get it back. Here. Comes from this direction. So what you want to do then is you want to glaze over those pots and allow for a bit of a shadow on them. Also, I would tone down your windows a bit up here on the top. But I would tone those pots back quite a bit. And you can have them a little bit lighter, but not so much, not so light, okay? So that would be my first suggestion, is to just tone them down a little bit. And then remember, your light's coming from the top. So, I sort of piece this together, just kind of cut and pasted some stuff to make this work. But remember, your light's coming from the top. Your lightest flowers are on top. Okay, that would be your very lightest flowers up here. So these would be lighter up here because the light's hitting them. These would be light. These blue ones, even here, would be lighter up here on the top. See that? These little dots would be lighter, okay? And I would bring this vine all the way down. I don't know what you do here. Maybe just, you made the door bigger, okay? You want to make the door bigger. Maybe even your lantern, a little bigger. Maybe make that lantern just slightly bigger because it's a bigger door. Probably should be more of this dark color. Okay. I'm doing this on a moving ship. You've got to give me credit for even get the mouse to do anything. Okay, so now those would be, and then the front of this here, the front of your railing would be a little bit lighter right here. Okay, like that. So that's underneath. I put a board up here to kind of on the top of this to kind of stop it. I think I'd make this window a little smaller so you had a little more room up there than that. But I took the board away from the door because it conflicted with your window. All right, and I would try to blend stuff out a bit more. Have it more out of focus, and you can do that like up here with these flowers, like right up here. I'm just sort of putting this a bit out of focus up here, so it's not so there. Just kind of blend, kind of smooth some of this out here. Did a lot of cutting and pasting in this picture to make this work. So I don't know, but I'm just saying that that's what you want to kind of try to do, because your main focus has got to be this balcony, not the door. When you combine pictures like this, you change the center of interest. So that's my suggestion to you. I hope you find it helpful. I would then maybe come up here and I'm just going to sharpen this up here a little bit since I blended that out. Just a little bit up here where the light's hitting. You've got to remember where your light's hitting, the flowers are lighter. Does that make sense? Where the light's hitting, the flowers are going to be lighter. You want to direct the light around so it comes around. I'm going to put a little of that red in here too in your lantern. So you want to direct your eye kind of coming around and goes back up to the balcony. That's kind of your main goal here. So you notice I lightened these little bits of area in here too. And let me see, I'm back up here to the size of my brush here. I'll just put the right here so you can see the final thing. I'll just put the door back here, the balcony back, okay. Probably would be a dark green here. It would just be a dark green here. That's what it would be. This all would be dark green along here. That's what it's going to be. This whole area here would just be dark. And then you'd have more flowers. But that's my main suggestion. And even as I look at this, I'm not sure that I like the because this window is so big. I think I'd even take this out. Let me see what I've got here. Size of the brush here. I think I'd even erase this. I'm looking at that thinking it doesn't add to the picture, so I'm even taking that out. That's what you have to do when you're painting something, is what can I add or take away that doesn't ruin the effect? That's your goal, okay? So see, that simplified it. That's one of the things you want to ask. I think that works out pretty well. I hope you like it. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to capture this now, and I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to copy this, come over here to your original, which is where? Here, and paste it now. Now look at the difference. See how this balances? See how this painting balances so much more than what you've got, simply because of the offset window, and you've got some more flowers up here. So like I say, practice on the small stuff before you do it really big, and I think that because it's a lot easier to redesign a small painting than a giant one. I hope you found this helpful and enjoyed your free video pack, and love to see your changes.